Alright, moving on before the paid parking kicks in. Oh man, there's someone over there with an awning out and a motorbike under the awning. It's like, seriously. It's one thing about this spot, it does say no overnight stays. And just because there's lots of vans here doesn't necessarily mean that there's safety in numbers. And what I have found is that quite a few of the vans here are actually being stored by some of the locals. I think I've mentioned this once before. And you can see the permits on them for parking here. Just going to come back down to probably the top of Warriewood Beach again, where you can actually get free parking. Although here it looks like we've got 2 hours free. That's something. I've never come down this little bit before. I think this might just be a real quick look at the water before the rain sets in. It's a few little drips on the windscreen. Where's all these heavy seas? I was hoping for some big spectacular waves, but it's just not happening. Oh, again, got a nice view of the water between the trees. I'll just sit in our breakfast and then work out what we're going to do for the rest of the day. It's a bit of a funny spot, this one. You parked right on the footpath, so people are walking past. They're like, you know, a couple hundred mil from the window. There's quite a few awkward smiles as people go past watching me eat my breakfast. So if you can see that sign up there, it says no parking 6 AM to 5 PM Friday. See, Friday's not allowed to park during the day. Okay, go figure. So that's weird. I did just come into here because it's somewhere that I noticed on maps that might be a spot to stay overnight, potentially. Got my bike gear on, let's do it. Righto. Actually quite a lot of trails around here. It goes a fair big distance. Right up into Belrose, up past the bike park I was at in Belrose there. My problem is though, I find a couple of trails I like, and I just have to keep riding them and get better and better at them. And at the rate at which I learn, that takes a very long time, so I end up not actually exploring much and just getting hooked on a couple of trails. Check this out. So this thing up here, the intention is that you ride along here, you come off that, over this track, and you land down here in this loose, sort of dodgy, rocky bit of it, ground down here. As I casually ride past this, because that's all I'll ever do with features that big, you'll get a bit of an appreciation as for how big it actually is. Sandy trail, way narrow bit. Wasn't ready for that. Oops, rocky bit. Wasn't ready for that either. Look at that over there. All the corrugated iron and concrete. Looks like an old weir or something, old dam. Okay, since the camera's off my chest, a quick look at the view. It's beautiful around here. Lots of big rocks everywhere. Oh, this trail gets pretty tough around here. There you go. We've even got a little bit of sun as a reward for climbing up that horrible hill. So the thing with mountain biking, there's a critical speed that you need to go at where things suddenly get a whole lot easier. But getting the guts to get up to that critical speed is not easy. I've got the speed for that. I have got the speed. Yeah! Follow through. Can't guarantee I'll do anything else. What else we got here? I think I might have used up my courage for today. That's big. Useful here, here we go. Yeah. Right, head back to the van now. Man, that was fun. Really enjoyed that. Back to the dog park. There's a waterfall down here. Let's go and have a look. There's no water coming down this last time I came. Oh, nice. Well, I could do without either of those, thanks. That was a fun ride. I enjoyed that. It's so good when I can ride confidently and, you know, ride the best I can, you know. For goodness sake, there's so many times I ride and I'm just feeling like such a chicken because I just don't have the confidence at the time and don't do things. It's quite satisfying to actually ride properly for once. I'm going to buzz up to Spotlight. I want to pick up that silicone mat to so I can put it on my induction cooker while I'm cooking and stop the pot slipping off. So lazy afternoon. I'm pretty tired after a ride, which is good. Quite often if I have a hard ride, it'll put me out for several hours afterwards. Oops. Okay, GoPro does not stick to the wall. So I went into Spotlight and I got a little piece of silicone. It's actually a jar opener, like you hold it over lids of jars to open them. Anyway, that should do the job. $6.50. So I hope it stops pots slipping off my induction cooker. So then I went over to Bunnings and I spent most of the evening just wandering around there, looking at a few things in there. I want to put the LED strips underneath the cupboard edges here, and to do that I need to get a bit of aluminium angle, just some strip stuff to trim off this edge, and then I can stick my LED channels onto that, and then these wires that have been hanging down forever, I can actually wire them in and have the lights. There's no reason why I can't do this now, so not that there probably ever was a reason why I couldn't do it. I think I was kind of holding off to do these baskets really before I lost my tomato, before I put the LED strips in there, because I wasn't totally sure how I was going to finish off under these cupboards. Bit of a nice sunset going on over there. Probably missed the best of it, but hey, it's still quite pleasant. So I'm not in a spot where I can really sleep tonight. I'm just going to sit here for a couple of hours maybe. There's a big sign saying no camping, and then I'll move on to one of my little secret spots. I'm back up near Belrose, so I'm going to go down to Bear Creek Bike Park tomorrow probably and have a bit more jumps practice. Another beautiful looking sunrise, nice clear looking day as we listen to the hum of the diesel heater in the background because it is still cold. So as I said, today's going to be a bunch of bike riding again. I think there's going to be quite a bit of that over the next few days and make the most of this nice weather. I was looking at my riding data on Strava and I've barely ridden, but when I look back at it, there's just been so much rain. The weather has been just terrible and you know, you can't really ride in that sort of weather. Or I can't. I'm not willing to get soaking wet and filthy dirty, so clearly not dedicated like some people. Back at Bear Creek Bike Park again. Oh, pretty windy today, so this might not be a good day for jumping. Too windy for the big jumps today. Even the kids have gone over onto the little ones. Gradually more and more people turning up, not just kids, but it's so windy out there, it's terrible. Anyway, need more skill than me to jump in these conditions. I'm going to do myself a Milo. It's only a short ride, I only do like 5Ks. It just, yeah, it's not fun when it's that windy, and it actually gets a little bit dangerous when you're in the air and the wind blows you about. I've driven down to where the Oxford Cascades are supposed to be. I won't go down there right now. I'm just going to grab some lunch and then I'll head down there in a bit. But basically where I was sitting up at the bike park, there's a garbage tip just behind there and the wind was blowing a bit in the wrong direction. So every now and then it'd smell really bad. Might warrant a bit more climbing around. Lunch first, and have a bit more of a walk around. Let's quickly clean up my lunch dishes and we'll go for a quick wander down to this waterfall thingy. Alright. couple of holes in the rock where the water's coming through. Those ones over that side we saw earlier, another one there. Oh. That's really quite nice. Okay, this last bit might be a little bit tricky. That's a long way down. I can't really see any evidence of anyone being down the bottom there. There's a few little sandy patches, you can't see any footprints in them. So I think that might be a create your own trail type exercise. It doesn't look very lush down there. It actually looks pretty knocked about from heavy rains. So I'm not going to try and get down there. What I will do, we'll climb back up here and then we'll go over to the actual falls. This is supposed to be just the Cascades here. We'll go over to the actual Oxford Falls. It's actually on a different creek. It's not on the same creek. I love this. Just quietly, I was thinking this little spot here could be an overnight stop. It's actually quite a busy road though. While I've been sitting here, there's just been a continuous stream of cars going back and forth. Alright, next stop. Alright. Looks like water is falling. Incoming! Whoa! Oh wow, that goes down a long way. Look on one of my many map products and it suggests there is a bit of a path going down the side here on one of these very undefined trails. Elkhorn fern. There you go. I forgot to spray insect repellent on my shoes after having 3 leeches the other day up at the other waterfalls. I really should have done that. There's a big clump of birds' nests and elkhorn ferns as well. That's cool. Alright, task at hand. I think I've gone as far as I can on this side. Need to cross back over. Here we go. Almost there. Just a few more dodgy steps on these rather slippery mossy rocks. A pretty big waterfall. There's a big pool there, so I'm not going to really be able to get much further than that. You can see from this angle how high that cliff is up there. You're only looking at about half the waterfall from here. You can see that down there, there's a little water dragon. Just went racing across the rock in front of me. Alright, backtrack back down the creek again and then climb back up. This is a tough one to navigate. Really not obvious where the trail is. This is where having an app that tracks your exercises is quite helpful. I'm just using the free version of Strava because their fees are somewhat exorbitant to get a bunch of features that I will never ever use. But at least it shows you a map of where you've been and where you're going. Oh, I've come the wrong way again. Man, it's really hard to backtrack this one. I'm kind of relying on the GPS a lot. It's not the most accurate, but it gives you a rough idea of where you are. Like, I can hear cars rushing past. It's not like I'm lost. All I have to do is just walk towards the car noise and I'll be on the main roads. There we go, back on it. Ah, dear. I'm going to give my feet a good check for leeches this time. Now, here we go. Tell you what, the waves are pretty violent today. Oh, it's a big one. Just going to do myself a wrap for dinner and then I'll head down to a sporting field to try and sleep. Not far from here, it's only a couple of streets down, that rat park that I drove through the other day. I'm sitting here watching the waves. Man, there are some big waves coming in. It's a shame I can't really capture the impact of them on the camera because it just looks spectacular. And yep, Like every good sports field, it's being highly utilised. Alright, find somewhere else to go until quite late. I've come back to this sporting field. It's kind of where I'm thinking of staying tonight. I just went down to opposite Warriewood shopping centre. There's a little car park there. I've actually stayed there a couple of times. It's been fine, no problems, but today's school holiday, at the moment it's school holidays, and yeah, there was a fire going in the bush just next to it, and a couple of teenagers looking a bit sus wandering around the car park, so I thought, no, I'm not gonna stay there. Anyway, hopefully this will be quiet over here. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see. Just packing away in my bed. It's about 6:45 now. Just kind of been lying here for a while. I did wake up at about 6, but there's no one else around, so figured I'll just take it easy and crawl myself out of bed when I'm ready. Bit of an interesting one last night. I went to sleep probably 10:30ish. There was a couple of cars in the area, but they're gone this morning, so obviously somebody came and took those away. At 11:30 I heard a knock on the van. What the bloody hell? And I sort of looked out the sides and couldn't see anything. But then I noticed a car parked opposite me, sort of diagonally, or not diagonally, but 90 degrees across all the parking spaces. So I pulled up the front blind. Here's some guy standing right in front of my van, like, I mean, pretty much right at the bonnet. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And sort of shocked him, you know. He's sort of a little bit stunned to see me yelling out to him. Eventually, once he managed to string a few words together, he came around and said, "Oh, I'm just putting up some bloody witches' hats for the markets on Friday." I'm like, "Friday? Dude, it's Wednesday night." Anyway, it was a little bit weird, but yeah, so he stuck out all these witches' hats in half a dozen parking spaces over the other side there, and while he was doing it, he started putting tape on them as well. Like, I don't know why, just packaging tape, clear packaging tape. Maybe to stop people stealing them or something. I don't fucking know. A bit weird. So anyway, I just sort of said to him, "Look, do you want me to move?" And they go, "Oh yeah, that'd be good." So I just moved over the other side of the car park. There's a park and ride car park just here as well. It's like it's a 2-level car park, and it's actually got 3.2 metres clearance. I drove in there because there's like a outside section that I thought would have been a good spot to stop. I could have actually just stayed inside it really at the end of the day. It's very well lit, so it is a little bit bright in there, but wouldn't have been too much of an issue for me. That's not a problem with wind and blinds closed. A couple of permies down here. I think they've been here for a long time. I have no desire to join them, given that the guy in the big bus has a generator sitting out the front of it. Go for a walk down to the creek and have a quick look. It's quite nice this morning. Ducks don't like me. Could be a bit of a kayaking opportunity, but not until the weather warms up. I'm just loving the sun right now. Man, it's so warm. Oh, it's so cold all morning. Going a different way over to the bike trails this time, coming up this little walking path, shared path I think it is. Oh, the air temperature's cold. Get some heat into my body. Alright, oops, oh, bloody hell. Not sure I'm got the best balance today. Brakes are so distracting. Not really feeling totally in control today, so I'll just follow one of these sort of cross-country type trails and have a bit of ride into the national park. There you go. That's quite nice down here. Getting a bit dark with the GoPro though. Nice little spot. Well, it's getting a little bit difficult to navigate with the bike now. Yeah, just going to head back now. Sitting here contemplating what I might do next. that was a very short ride. It was only 8 kilometres, pretty pathetic. So I need to clock up some more Ks. All right, that'll do it. Go for a bit more of a ride. There you go. It's a bit of a busy pathway, this one. This is nice. Wimbledon Reserve, there you go. Another free parking spot. That's good to know. Nice spot to hide out during the day. When you're ready, don't want to rush you. I think I'm pretty much on the far opposite side of the lake now as to where I parked. There we go. I feel like I've at least done something for my fitness now. 18 kilometres riding all up. Better than the 8 kilometres that I had to start with. Coincidentally, it is lunchtime, so I'm going to hopefully, yes, I do still have some left over from what I cooked up the other day. I think my next priority is going to be finding a laundromat. I do need to get some laundry done. There's nothing around Warriewood, but it looks like there's 3 laundromats down in DY. Go figure. Anyway, so I'm going to head down there. It's only about, I don't know, 15 minutes away. 13. But there we have DY. First time I've been here. Yeah, parking. Righto. Yeah, this isn't funny. So I no hope of getting a parking spot near those 2 laundries that are on that main road there. So there's another laundromat which everybody says is really expensive, like 1 street over. And I've had to drive, it's like 2.5 kilometres to get to it, even though it was probably like, yeah, literally across the road. Just can't turn right. Yeah, I've got to go all the way around the block. Well, this looks promising. This one's at least got a bloody car park opposite, so that's something. It's 4-hour free parking. In 300 metres. Alright, laundry done. It took forever and cost a fortune. Bloody hell. It was an expensive place. When I head down to Curl, there's a couple of parks down there where it looks like there's free parking, so it's only 5 minutes further in towards the city. Don't necessarily want to be further in towards the city, but I don't know where I want to be, so just go and see what happens. So we're pretty close here. Let's have a bit of a look and see what we got. And a big no camping sign. Camping or overnight stays, no. I don't believe there's anything along this road here saying no camping. Another one here, I can see the sign already saying no overnight stays. So anyway, that's fine because there's the street side spots back there which we can easily stay in. Toasted wrap for dinner, that'll do, as always. I'm going to just sit here basically until, I don't know, quite late, and then I'll just go down to the street there and park in one of those roadside parking spaces and sleep there, I guess. Should be okay, we'll see how it goes. It's a shame I can't just stay in this car park, but there's clearly signs on the entrance saying no overnights. This would be ideal, but there's actually someone next to me living in theirs. I did see another one just outside on the roadside that's clearly living there as well. Like, they've got containers all around the van as well, so they haven't moved in quite some time. So anyway, you can see why they put up the signs, no overnights. So yeah, we'll play the game. I'll go and park up the road a bit later, and I'll let you know how it goes in the morning. Up bright and early again. Basically, once it hits like 5 o'clock, traffic starts flowing and it's just too noisy. Being right on the side of the road like I was, of course every car that went past made quite a bit of noise, just tyre noise, you know, cars whirring on the road, coming through the van. So I think I woke up probably about 3:45 and haven't got back to sleep since then. I didn't wake up from anything, I just needed to go to the toilet, but yeah, just haven't been able to get back to sleep. So it's about 6:30 now, so I'll just finish my breakfast and then I might even try and catch up on another hour's of sleep because yeah, I've been awake for 3 hours already. Almost 10 o'clock, probably time that I did something useful. Just putting my bike gear on, I'm going to go for a ride. Man, it's cold, freezing cold. Cool beach. Free parking all the way along here, just on the southern side of Falls Beach. Just going to be able to get a spot. Wow, this is nice. Fantastic. There are so many surfers over at Manly there. Crazy. So we're going to come down here. Carry the bike time. Oh, this is Shelley Beach. Look how clear the water is. I have read that this is a really good spot for snorkeling. I can see why. Bloody hell. It looks sensational now. I'll tell you what, if it was 20 degrees warmer, it would be a nice day. It's cold still. Quite cold. This is going to be super hard to see, and I wish I had my other camera so I could zoom in, but just about here there's actually a seal just bobbing around in the water. Kind of following a path up to North Head now. Not bike friendly. This goes into the National Park. A beautiful clear day. Yep, we're going back up to a slightly more inland road, and not sure there was any less hills on it, but I should be almost back. Time for a shower. Post ride Milo. So it was 27 k's, not bad. Fairly easy ride, but well, easy pace. Yeah, it's still warming up quite a bit. A few hills in there. So it's Friday, and I need to upload a video to get out on Saturday morning. So I'm going to head into a library. I'm going to go over to Warringah Mall. Never been there. I believe it's big, so I'll try and get a parking spot. That should be a challenge. And I'll wander in there. Apparently there's a library there, so I'll go and upload the video and then do a little bit of grocery shopping, that sort of stuff. I think that will be my afternoon. I did find a few nice little spots while I was riding. Free parking actually overlooking beaches, so maybe I'll duck back there a bit later and loiter around there. Probably even sleep there because it didn't say you can't. So we'll see what happens tonight. Anyway, look, I'll probably cut this video off here because I think I've got tons of footage. Probably way too much cycling footage, so I hope you're not bored of that yet. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.